Two teenagers came to Arizona last year to play for a Valley basketball team. Instead of the success they hoped for, they found themselves with nowhere to go. Cronkite News reporter Jasmine Spearing-Bowen investigates.
Luis Velasquez and Robinson Dominguez left Venezuela with hopes of playing college basketball or making it to the NBA. They came to Phoenix to play for Elite One Academy, and they say they were promised housing, meals, and an education to help their families back home. The reality, they said, was much different.
There were a lot of people, about 20 players in a house, and for the type of training they would give us, it wasn't enough food. Of course, this wasn't the trainer's fault. The lady Tamika Gore would only sometimes give them money for food.
Velasquez said team trainers didn't last long, and one brought drugs into the house.
The players that went to school with me, we all ended up talking to the principal, who speaks Spanish and was very good to us. Eventually, the police came and our trainer was kicked out.
Local nonprofit Wayne Foundation runs Elite One Academy. Its president, Tamika Gore, earlier this year married 17-year-old Carlos Mantilla, an Elite One player. After Velasquez told his school principal about living conditions, he said Gore told him he had 2 days to find a new place to live.
I asked her why, and she told me it was because I had talked to the police and told them that we didn't have food and there were drugs at the house.
While playing last fall, Dominguez got stress fractures in both legs. He said when Gore learned he would need time to recover, she kicked him out.
On my birthday, she dropped me off at the airport with no money and nowhere to go.
An official from Faith Christian in Mesa, where some players attended school, said the Department of Child Services and U.S. Customs and Immigration are investigating player treatment. A Department of Homeland Security spokesperson said she could not comment on an ongoing case. Wayne Dawkins, owner of Mesa-based Phase 1 Athletics, said Gore tried to partner with his basketball academy back in 2013.
I did some research, didn't like what I found, and didn't want to have anything to do with her.
Dawkins said he learned later that Gore and some of his coaches had recruited Phase 1 players and started a new academy called Elite One.
She presented herself as being much more financially stable.
In September, Gore was arrested on an unrelated matter for fraudulently altering car titles to obtain loans. She has pleaded not guilty to the charges. Dominguez said there were Elite One players coming in from Europe, Africa, and other countries.
She would make them pay her $15,000 for the year, but in the end, they wouldn't stay the entirety of the program because it was so bad, and they would leave. She wouldn't refund any of the money.
Dawkins said international athletes will put up with a lot for a chance to play.
And that's where it becomes a moral responsibility of the people who bring them over to make sure you don't take advantage of that. For a lot of them, it's all or nothing.
In Phoenix, Jasmine Spearing-Bowen, Cronkite News.
Both Dominguez and Velasquez have been taken in by local families. Despite repeated attempts, Tamika Gore would not comment for this story. For more details, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.